Ever wondered what the most exotic foods around the world are? Well, buckle up, foodies, because we're about to take your taste buds on a global tour. Our planet is brimming with bizarre and intriguing edibles that are as diverse as the cultures they hail from. These foods are more than just a source of nourishment. They're a gateway into the heart of societies, a reflection of traditions, and sometimes a test of bravery for those daring enough to try them. From the bustling markets of Asia, where you can savor the infamous durian or chow down on a crunchy fried tarantula, to the remote corners of the world where you can sip on snake whiskey, the range and variety of these unusual delicacies are truly mind-boggling. These exotic foods are not just about shocking your senses or racking up likes on social media. They're about embracing the unfamiliar, challenging our preconceptions, and broadening our culinary horizons. They offer an opportunity to connect with different cultures in the most authentic and immersive way possible, through their food. If your stomach isn't squirming yet, it's about to. Bon appetit, daredevils! First stop on this culinary adventure, Asia, home to some of the most unique, and shall we say, acquired taste dishes. Let's kick off with durian, the king of fruits. Love it or hate it, there's no in-between. It's a fruit that smells like a blend of gym socks and onions to some, but tastes like sweet, creamy custard to others. Talk about a sensory roller coaster. Next up, it's balut from the Philippines. This is not your average boiled egg. It's a fertilized duck egg with a nearly developed embryo inside. Crack it open, sip the savory soup, and then munch on the rest. It's a crunchy, feathery, and beaky experience that's not for the faint-hearted. Then there's fugu, a dish that's as dangerous as it is delicate. This Japanese pufferfish delicacy requires a chef with years of training to prepare it, because if it's done wrong, the poison within the fish can be lethal. It's a meal that truly lives on the edge. And who's up for some fried tarantulas? Over in Cambodia, these eight-legged critters are a crunchy snack often enjoyed with a cold beer. They're said to taste like a cross between chicken and cod. Just remember to remove the fangs first. Finally, we have the infamous century eggs from China. These eggs are preserved for several weeks to several months until the yolk turns dark green and the white becomes a dark translucent jelly. The taste is strong, complex, and definitely an acquired one. These dishes might seem strange, even off-putting, but in their home countries, they're not just food. They're tradition, history, and culture wrapped up in each bite. They challenge us to step out of our comfort zones and experience flavors we wouldn't find on our usual dinner plates. Remember, one culture's you is another's yum. So keep an open mind and maybe a barf bag handy. Ever thought seafood was just about shrimp and salmon? Think again. Now, when I say seafood, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Lobster bisque, calamari rings, or maybe a nice buttery crab? Well, you're not wrong, but let's dive a little deeper. How about a dish that's still wiggling on your plate? Yes, you heard me right, still wiggling? Let's take a trip to South Korea, where they serve a dish called sanakji. It's live octopus, served fresh, so fresh that the tentacles are still moving. Now that's what I call a lively lunch. The octopus, sliced into bite-sized pieces, squirms on your plate as you reach for it with your chopsticks. It's a bit of a wrestling match before it even reaches your mouth. But hey, who said dining had to be dull? Next stop, Japan. Now Japan is known for sushi, sashimi, and all things raw. But there's one dish that might just make your eyebrows rise. Shirako, also known as fish semen. Yes, you heard that correctly. This delicacy, often served raw or lightly cooked, has a creamy texture and a subtle, delicate flavor. It's a seasonal treat, mostly enjoyed in the winter. So if you're in Japan during the colder months, why not give it a try? Let's not forget China, where they also believe in the freshest of the fresh. We're talking about yin-yang fish, or dead and alive fish. The fish is deep fried, yet somehow, its head remains alive and continues to move even while being served. It's a dish that is as much about the spectacle as it is about the taste. Now, these dishes might seem a bit much for the unadventurous palate, but remember, one man's fish semen is another man's caviar. So, the next time you find yourself in any of these Asian countries, why not step out of your comfort zone and try something different? You might just discover a new favorite dish. And you thought sushi was adventurous? Hold your sushi rolls, we're just getting started. Hold on to your forks, folks. We're diving into the wild side of exotic cuisine now. Let's start with something that might raise a few eyebrows: dog meat. Now, before you start thinking about your beloved Fido, remember, different cultures have different culinary traditions. In fact, in some parts of the world, dog meat is considered a delicacy. It is treated with respect and prepared with care, just like any other meat. Moving on, we have century eggs. Don't worry, they're not really 100 years old, but they might taste like they are. These are duck eggs preserved in clay, ash, and salt for several weeks, resulting in a jelly-like egg with a strong, pungent flavor. This is a far cry from your usual sunny side up, huh? Next up, pickled swallows. Yes, you heard me right. These little birds are pickled and served as a unique treat in some parts of Asia. The taste is described as a combination of sour, sweet, and gamey. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but for the adventurous, it's a must-try. And finally, we have snake whiskey. This potent brew is exactly what it sounds like, a snake coiled in a bottle of strong liquor. It's believed to have medicinal properties and is often used as a health tonic. So if you're feeling a little under the weather, you might want to give this a shot, figuratively and literally. Remember, we did say exotic, not comfort food. But who knows, maybe snake whiskey could be your new comfort drink. Phew, that was a wild ride, wasn't it? We've nibbled on Asia's unusual appetizers, dived deep into the sea for some unexpected seafood, and ventured into the wild, wild rest of the world. We've savored the strange and celebrated the cultural significance of these exotic edibles. From the divisive durian to the buzzworthy wasp crackers, we've journeyed far and wide on this culinary adventure. So there you have it, some of the most exotic foods from around the world. Ready to book your next culinary adventure or just order a pizza? Either way, we hope you enjoyed the journey. Still hungry for more? Well, you're in for a treat. As a bonus, let's take a quick spin around the globe for a few more exotic foods that didn't make it into our main list. Brace yourselves, these are not for the faint-hearted. First up, we have casu marzu. A cheese, you ask? Oh yes, but not just any cheese. This one hails from Sardinia and it comes with a twist live maggots. Known to give the cheese a unique flavor, these little wrigglers are a part of the package. Next, we plunge into the cold waters of Iceland for hakarl. This traditional Icelandic dish is made of fermented shark. Yes, you heard that right, fermented. It's an acquired taste, to say the least, but a must-try for the adventurous eater. Finally, we sail to Sweden for surströmming. This dish is made of fermented Baltic Sea herring and is known for its potent smell. It's traditionally eaten outdoors to, well, let's say, minimize the indoor aroma. Well, that's it for our bonus round. Remember, the world is full of flavors waiting to be explored. So, whether you're booking your next culinary adventure or just ordering a pizza, keep an open mind and